So originally I was seeing stuff go up 20, 50 cents or whatever. But what I really want to talk about is honestly the price of French fries and tater tots more importantly. They were $2.99. Then they went up to $3.29, which was okay. They are now $5.99 in the stores. And I am at my wit's end. I'm finna just...
Back in 2022, it was $126 to be able to buy the same amount of groceries that he was trying to reorder on his TikTok, which now came out to $414. That is 3 times the amount of money that you were to spend.
Some of the craziest examples of shrinkflation. Ice cream bars not filling up the ice cream all the way. Midnight's putting way more space in between their chocolates. Girl Scout cookies gradually getting smaller over the years. Cadbury chocolate putting now bigger on their packaging, but it's actually the same exact size.
Welcome back to another video, YouTube. It's good to see you. We got us a fire video today. We're going to be talking about this insane inflation that's going on, shrinkflation, how grocery stores and grocery prices are going up. Not price gouging, because, you know, we got to be real about this, but inflation and the real cost of living.
Yo, this is what $70 get you at Walmart. Yep, that's it, $70.
So I've been shopping at Aldi for 2 years now, to the point where I did not have awareness of how expensive things were at other stores. What are you talking about? Was $8.25 now $6.89? Like this is some amazing deal. What? The off-brand is $5? I genuinely feel like I need a slap on the wrist, because I just left Aldi and I paid $1.19 for a huge box of off-brand Fruit Loops. They don't have any bad dyes in them. They don't have any bad ingredients, and they taste amazing. I just looked at the Fruit Loops here, $6.89. I just did the math. That is a 479% price increase. Because I have the privilege of driving 30 minutes to my nearest Aldi, I get to pay 479% less on cereal alone. If you're not in the food desert, you better be grateful. Makes my stomach hurt.
We're really going to have to take a second to examine these grocery prices. My man talking about $70 in Walmart. That's what you get, not even a half a cart of groceries. And then we're talking about cereal that's $9, but they on discount is $7 for a box of cereal. Man, if y'all don't have an Aldi's or a Costco or something next to you, I feel so bad for you, because how are people affording these grocery prices? Now, before we go ahead and get into the comments of these videos, I actually want to go ahead and give a shout out to our top comment of the last video. Thank you for taking your time and commenting down below. Shout out to Talk Time with Yazzie. You're a real one. And these comments, I'm going to put it over here right now. It's that fire. So if you guys do have a chance, definitely leave your thoughts down there. And you do have a chance to go ahead and get included in the next video. So I appreciate your time. And she has an amazing show. If you guys do have the time, definitely go check out Talk Time with Yazzie, because it's worth it. Let's go ahead and get back to the comments of these videos on these TikToks. The top comment for the cereal video saying Aldi's has really made it hard to shop at regular stores. The prices are insane right now, definitely are insane, and it's hard to be out here eating if you ain't got your money right. So you definitely got to start shopping strategically. But I do want to go ahead and give a little teaser here. I do have a screenshot of what people are saying inflation prices are from 2019 to 2024. I'm going to put that up here right now. Please let me know your thoughts, and if what you're feeling is true, leave those comments down below.
I just got back from the grocery store and I went there to get blueberries. There were 2 options, organic and non-organic. The organic blueberries were $8.99 for the box. The non-organic blueberries were on sale for $1.99. So like I can either buy the non-organic and have cancer later, because it's all I can afford right now, or buy the organic and not pay my mortgage. So I'm just curious, like, how are people surviving in this economy? Like, seriously.
So I'm walking around Costco here and I'm noticing these prices. For example, these Madras lentils, $15.99. I bought those a year ago for $6.99. I keep getting told that we got, 6-7% inflation. You gotta be kidding me. Let's look at what else we got going on here. We literally bought this chicken broth, $5.69, 2 months ago. Dang, this is the flour we were buying for $5.99 last year.
I honestly need your thoughts down below. Is this really what's going on in these grocery stores? I was literally just talking about Costco. Maybe not so lucky to have a Costco membership. Why are these prices like this? My man said from last year that these jumps are insane, crazy. Y'all seeing these prices? He has picture proof.
No, but I know I live in the past because I still think that a $40 weekly grocery budget is enough to suffice anything. So I just paid off a $500 credit card bill that was built up within a week. And you might be saying, wow, did you have a Shein order or something in there? No, I did not. It's called gas, food, and that's literally it. Any profession you have in your young 20s, whether it's entry level, you're a manager, you're a teacher, you're a nurse, you're whatever it may be, you feel like you're struggling no matter what. Like, I remember just a few years ago, groceries would literally cost me $40. That was pre-2020, even like a little bit like 2021. When I was in college, that was the norm. And like everything else was pretty relative. Why is deodorant costing me $6 now? Why is gas costing me $65? Like, why is my rent $2,000? For a mediocre place, like, and it's just the state of the world. And it's just frustrating. Like, I pay my bills. There's nothing I can really do about it. I don't buy too much extra, but it's just literally annoying that you can't do anything about it. And we're all in the same boat and we're all like, help, help. And we're drowning. But like, what can pick us up at this point? Because my credit card bill, not it.
With these prices, there's going to be a point to where people literally just can't afford them. And when people can't afford to eat, we have a whole nother situation on our hands. So we're going to go ahead and hold that. While we're talking about eating and food and prices, I actually have a good video here talking about McDonald's, and I thought it was actually pretty interesting to look at the old McDonald's prices compared to the McDonald's prices right now. So let's go ahead and hop into that.
Hi, can I help you?
Big Mac, fillet of fish, large fry. Chicken McNugget.
Happy Meal?
Happy Meal.
Happy Meal? Do you want orange soda? Orange soda. Okay, you want sauce for the nuggets? Ketchup. Ketchup? Okay.
And I'll have a hamburger, small fry, and a Diet Coke.
What size Diet Coke will it be? Anything for dessert? Okay, for here? That comes to $10.84, please. Oh, it's already got it. I need a small orange and a small Diet, please. I got the Happy Meal again. Thanks, Jason. $10.84 out of $11.
I had to react to seeing back in 1990s what this McDonald's prices were for these items. For about $11, it was saying was the total price. When you're coming out to about $32. $32 in today's prices. And that's 2013, so I can imagine what it is today in 2024. You already know that's probably about 35, 40 bucks for a McDonald's meal that you're having.
Have you noticed that the prices on cheaper things are raising a lot faster than the prices on expensive things? This is something my friends and I have noticed with like multiple different industries. The big one is restaurants, because like, so there's these two pasta places that we really like, and it used to be like a normal and like an occasion. It's how we would kind of describe them, and they were super close to each other. Like they're in the same neighborhood where we live, and like it used to be back in like, let's say 2015, more like 2018, that the like regular place, the not expensive place, was like $12 to $15 for a general entree. And then like the fancy place is like $30. So that's a nice meal. But now we've noticed over the last like couple times that we've kind of been going to both these places is that the not expensive place is all of a sudden like $22, $23, $24 for a meal. And the expensive place is like $31, $32. So the price is just like what you're getting is so drastically different now. Like it's actually makes more sense and is a better economic choice to go to the nicer place, because you get like better food, better service, and you tend to get bigger portions and have leftovers to take home. And that too. So just everywhere, I'm just noticing that the cheaper things are getting expensive. Oh, fast food too. This was another one. Like I was just saying that you can go to, like you can get takeout from a regular family restaurant for the same price as a fast food place getting takeout now. Like fast food prices have just gotten so expensive. So it's this weird thing also, because now the cheap option essentially doesn't exist. So there's one way of looking at it that like now the expensive option is actually the option that makes more sense, but that only works like economically. So it feels like it's like a better deal for people who can afford to just go up the few dollars and get the better mascara, the better quality clothes, the better meal, whatever it is. But if you can't afford that, then you're just being absolutely screwed on every level. And I realize this is not like a revelation that like poor people get screwed, like it's the whole dollar store, like, right, like I get that, but it's just shocking to me like how fast it has happened and how obvious it is, like in how many industries and how obvious it has become over the last like 5 years. Like it wasn't a slow thing, like this is like over the last 5 years.
Man, fast food is no longer affordable at all. This is just insane. Now, these are just one tactic that people see over time with prices. Now, there's another tactic they'd be using with the shrinkflation, to where they'll try to hide the amount of product that they're actually giving you, less and less, but charging you the same amount. That's that shrinkflation. Let's go ahead and hop into that.
Major corporations are gaslighting us, trying to make us believe that what we are seeing is not real, that shrinkflation is not a real thing, or what some people call it, a stealth price rise. Shrinkflation is very real, and this is not the only company who has done it. By the way, their reasoning behind making the bottle look like this was not to change the prices. It was not to give you less. It was to make them more aerodynamic. Doritos used to be 9.75 ounces, 9.25 ounces now, same price. I think we all know cereal is doing it, and they've done it for a very long time. General Mills shrunk family size boxes from 19.3 ounces to 18.1 ounces. That's like 10%. Cocoa Pebbles went from 20.5 to 19.5. Life Cereal went from 24.8 to 22.3. Bounty changed the number of sheets that you get from 165 to 147. Just look. 52 fluid ounces used to be 59. And do you know, these look the same. Do you know why that is? It's because they hollow out a thing so that the plastic is coming up on the bottom like that. So that it looks the same, so that you can't tell. Pringles, look at the difference. Look at that chip. Look at that chip. They had to change the packaging because the chips got smaller. And you know how the chips fit right in the thing. Not only that, but they start about here. Hang on, I'll show you a picture. Look. Great Value toilet paper reduced the number of sheets from 168 down to 120 and also changed the sheet size. This one is my favorite. They just like stop putting stuff there and just create like a blank space. Also, yeah, it's not just gum, it's not just food products, it's not just your laundry detergent and your chips and snacky things. Less inside Oreos, the stuffing, they're actually putting less stuffing in. Look at this, look at what they do with the packaging. They put like a cookie shaped piece of plastic there so that they only have 2 there instead of 3 to give you less. This one's hard to see, so stay with me. This one up here says mega pack up there, right? And then down here, it's measuring in milliliters, 2490 milliliters. This one on this side doesn't say mega pack. It is not the larger, more included pack, and it is 3 liters. There is more in this package that is shorter. See, it's shorter. This one is taller and skinnier, and they're acting as though it has more in it. And they changed the measurement so that people have to do math in the market. This is mostly because people just don't want to. There's too many other things going on. And if they can mentally exhaust us, well, we're already mentally exhausted by all of the inflation and other things that are going on. They win because we just have to get the laundry detergent in the end, don't we? Honestly, I could keep going. Like, there's so many. They'll do something new size, like new packaging. And it's actually a smaller 300 grams, 250 grams. I could do this all day. Also this. Oh, look at this. Bigger size, better value, right? Oh, 18 fluid ounces versus 15 fluid ounces. But this is a bigger size, better value. Here's a great example. This is one of my favorites where you can see over time. Wow. Very illustrative. This is not new. It is probably also not going away, but there is a bill that is now on the floor about it. So that's new. And it was also discussed on the State of the Union address by President Biden. So at least this is something we can start paying attention to as maybe a way of changing things.
These are some of the craziest recent examples of shrinkflation. Kellogg's using deceptive packaging, making the new box bigger, but it contains less than the old packaging. This is the old one, this is the new one. This new one looks bigger, but it actually just contains the same amount of product, and it cost $1 more. This one's interesting because P&G has reduced the amount of fluid from their old bottle to their new bottle. The price has stayed the same, and the amount of laundry it can do has stayed the same. So they must have just, I don't know, taken water out of the detergent. Even worse, this Redditor has found 3 different packages of Tide they've recently purchased, and while the size is getting smaller from each consecutive one, the price stays exactly the same at $20. I will admit it's difficult to see at first, but look at these Campbell's cans of SpaghettiOs. Is there any difference? When you flip it around, you'll see that the calories are different. This new one is less, 20 less calories, but why? Okay, let's look at what's inside. Here we have the old package of SpaghettiOs, and here's the new package of SpaghettiOs, but like, where are the SpaghettiOs? There's a lot less. More water. Found this one on mouseprint.org. You can see that the size has decreased from 30 fluid ounces to 22.5 ounces. That's a 25% reduction in size, but the price has stayed the same at $2.49. This has to be my favorite thing when companies just decide they're going to replace product with plastic. It's just an empty space now, but you're paying the same.
I'd be starting a fight with Tropicana today, but here we are. What is this? I go to the grocery store, I think, oh, they changed the top. Maybe there's less plastic in it, that's great. But then I picked it up, and immediately I knew something was incorrect. Tropicana wasn't banking on my spicy autistic brain. No, I knew immediately. I didn't even have to look at the label. 11 ounces, 12 ounces, same price. Tropicana, what are you doing? Same price, 12 ounces, 170 calories, 11 ounces, 160 calories. The math doesn't even make sense. This should only be 155 calories unless you've been lying about the calories this whole time. You also owe me 17 cents or 1 ounce of apple juice. How much money are you making by taking away an ounce? I needed that ounce. I don't drink enough as it is. I'm chronically constipated. I need all 12 ounces of apple juice. Don't charge me $1.99 for 12 ounces and also $1.99 for 11 ounces. That's not how things work. You thought you could pull this one over on us, but no, you didn't bank on Paige. You should have. You should have run this by me first. I would have told you it was a bad idea.
It's really sad the length that people will go through with these companies to try to deceive you, to try to make you feel like, oh, this is the same amount that I had from when I was first purchasing, but you're looking at the amount and the volume that they're giving you, and you can notice that it's less. They're trying their hardest for you not to feel it and keep paying those same prices, but everywhere people are pulling back and trying to give you less for the same price. So that's just the hidden tax. Instead of them increasing the prices, let's give you less product and we'll keep it the same price. Which one do you want? You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You want to have good prices or you want to have low product? And that's so sad that this is the economy that we're living in right now. I wouldn't have imagined like a couple years ago this is how we're going to be, but this is where we are now, and we got to make the most of it. And what comes with that, with this inflation, we got to talk about the cost of living as well, about how it is different for the different generations and where we're at right now. So let's go ahead and hop into that.
You got to cut the millennials and Gen Z some slack because this isn't ordinary. They are moving the goalposts so quickly on the middle class because of the housing. Even that slide you just brought up, someone making $77,000 cannot qualify for a $400,000 home. That's the first time that's ever happened in the past 50 years. So they're being forced to rent. It's eating up 50% of their income.
50+% say we're in a recession. 58% say the economy is getting worse. It's not. By all objective measures, it's getting better. People keep feeling worse. Why is that?
I think it depends on the age, because I think we're kind of living in two separate economies, if you will. Because if you're somebody who's over 60 years old, if you have a $400,000 home and you have just property taxes and homeowners insurance for $600 a month, that is significantly better than a millennial or Gen Zer spending $2,500 for rent or $3,600 for a mortgage. So I think people under 40 are really feeling the stress about the economy, saying it's not good because housing's up, college is up, daycare is through the roof. But I think people over 60 who sit back and go, my 401k is looking good, my house went up 40%, the economy's doing well, groceries are high, but we can deal. So I think it just depends on the age, because the millennials and Gen Zs are the ones really struggling.
In today's economy, do you think a couple that brings home $100,000 is enough to support a small family of like 3 to 4 people? I asked this because I made a post yesterday about how Americans are really struggling, and it was really sad and eye-opening to me to see the amount of people who said, I make 6 figures now, yet we're still struggling. And I don't mean, is it enough to buy like luxuries? I just mean, is $100,000 enough to live comfortably without having to live paycheck to paycheck. I remember like 12 years ago, my mom told me about this couple I knew who were making like a combined salary of $110,000. And at that point in my life, 20s, I'm thinking, what a dream, what a goal it was for me to be able to say one day that my husband and I were making like $110,000. And now here I am in 2023, and I'm like, it's not the dream life anymore. Like, if someone would have told me my husband and I would be making what we're making and still having to cut back on necessities, I would have been like, you have to be kidding me. Like, we didn't even go on a vacation this year because the last thing I'm going to do is put a vacation on a credit card, but we didn't have extra money to bring our kids on a vacation, and we both have good jobs. So if you think $100,000 is enough, I'm curious, what's your location? Do you not have children? Like, why do you think it's enough? Because I'm telling you, from yesterday's post on here, the comments say different, and the comments say that a majority of Americans are really, really struggling, and I mean hardworking Americans. So
$100,000 right now as a combined couple that you're making for your household is not enough. Could you imagine for those people who are making less than $100,000 as a couple? How literally, how are you guys doing? Well, actually, I think I have the answer to how. Credit cards. Literally how she was talking about, them credit cards. We're going to go ahead and hop into those credit cards. Before we get into that solution, though, let's go ahead and hop into these comments and see what people are talking about, because $100,000, wow, not enough, man. Top comment here, we have, if a household makes under $100,000, they're struggling. A household making under $100,000 is a lot more normal than people think. So, man, a lot of people are out here struggling. And then we have 100K is the new 50K. Oh my goodness, it's Bidenomics. Okay, this Bidenomics stuff, it's wild. But yeah, man, it's insane times out here. Thank you, YouTube, for kicking it with me. It was checking in on the streets of what's going on with this crazy inflation, shrinkflation, how people are living life in these grocery stores. Man, it's insane out here. If you want to stay laced up, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And if you do want to go ahead and leave a comment down below, let me get those reactions, how people are feeling. Are you feeling in the grocery store? You have a chance of being a top comment for next week and getting shouted out. So please, if you do want to go ahead and watch the full videos of the next couple series, I got a link coming up here. And if you want to watch the next section that we're going to go over in the credit card debt, go ahead and click right here. All right, so you guys take care, and we'll see you on the next one.